The country you call Brazil almost didn't exist. Not once, not twice. 5 times, 5 separate moments in history, Brazil stood at a fork. One different decision, one bullet that missed, one general who changed his mind, would have erased the country entirely. It could have split into 3. It could have become a communist republic. It could have been absorbed by its neighbors. It could have collapsed into a civil war that never ended. Every version of Brazil you know, the culture, the music, the people, exists only because 5 times history blinked. This is what they never taught you. November 15, 1889. A military general named Deodoro da Fonseca leads troops through Rio de Janeiro and deposes Emperor Dom Pedro II. Brazil becomes a republic. What almost nobody knows is that Deodoro didn't want to create a republic. He thought he was staging a limited political protest, not a revolution. Dom Pedro II, one of the most respected monarchs, received news of his overthrow calmly. He packed his bags and sailed to Europe. Brazil became a republic not because people demanded it, but because of a miscommunication between generals. If Deodoro had been clearer, things might be different. In 1932, the state of São Paulo declared war on the federal government. Literally, tanks, artillery, an army of 100,000 men. São Paulo mobilized its own military and even melted down gold jewelry donated by civilians to fund the war. It was a secessionist war. If São Paulo had held on for just 2 more weeks, Vargas might have negotiated a partition. Brazil would have had a border through its heart. August 1961. President Jânio Quadros, elected with a landslide, carrying a broom as his symbol to sweep out corruption, resigns after 7 months. He simply quit. His letter of resignation blamed terrible forces. To this day, nobody knows exactly why he resigned. Some say it was a gamble. What followed was 3 weeks on the edge of civil war. The military refused to allow Vice President João Goulart to take office. The country split. 1964. The military coup that removed João Goulart is well documented, but Brazil came close to a completely different kind of fracture. Brazil in 1964 might have become a battlefield between a US-backed military and a left-wing South, a civil war with Cold War superpowers. 1993. Brazil held a national referendum on the form of government, but there was also an organized separatist movement in the 3 southern states. They wanted to become República do Pampa Gaúcho. At its peak, polls showed nearly 30% support for separation. The fracture never fully healed. 5 moments. Every time Brazil was on the edge, what kept it together wasn't ideology. It was exhaustion. The resistance simply collapsed. The Brazil that exists today is not inevitable. It is accidental. Remember, it almost wasn't there 5 times over.